You can really taste the maple.
You do know that Riverdale was founded on the maple syrup industry.
Here in Riverdale?
Dilton Doily plays with guns.
Say what, Betty?
Sardonic humor is just my way of relating to the world.
Everyone knows how much I loved my brother.
Exactly.
If we go in there with the entire Scooby Gang, forget it. We're compromised.
War is hell, Jack.
No, Archie. Hell is other people.
Out of the four of us, only you and Archie haven't kissed.
Fascinating.
I'm gonna go get a Betty. Do you want anything?
A glass of milk would be great.
Alice?
Is it true what they say about men who have just been released from prison, FP?
The Coopers are one of the most respected families in Riverdale.
Take your male gaze and your male privilege and get out of the women's locker room.
Happy birthday, dear Jughead.
Last night was
A PG-13 grope session?
Color me shocked. Archie Andrews, is that why you became a mediocre musician overnight?
I'm not interested in being anybody's rebound. Besides, I'm more into girls anyways.
And all this time I thought you were a lover, not a fighter.
both. I've got layers.
And it'll be a cold day in hell before a snake lets a pig tell him what to do.
All right, everybody. Welcome back for another episode all about Riverdale. My name is Cliff Barnes.
I'm Jared.
We're mixing up. I'm Seth.
I expect to be introduced.
Right.
3 episodes in a row. We no longer do it.
Okay, I got
special
you.
introductions. This is it.
Don't even ask about Jordan. He don't work here anymore.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about Chapter 54, Season 3, Episode 19, Fear the Reaper.
Whew.
The penultimate episode of the 3rd season. So
We're gonna have to figure out. We're gonna have to remember what we do when Riverdale isn't on again.
I don't screenshot anymore. I know that all summer.
Come up with some special content.
Oh, we have something. You can get this stuff to work.
We're working on something.
Okay, first things first. They have a pool table at their house.
It has a serpent
It has
logo
a big
on it, right?
serpent on it.
Oh yeah.
And
Is it where the Cooper's like table used to be? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's awesome.
It's so white trash. It's just great.
that is the equivalent of a tooth-shaped gravestone. So they got an invitation, wax sealed. So it may have been from me.
Yeah.
The FP and Jughead, they were invited to play a round of Griffins and Gargoyles, the outcome of which will determine Princess Jellybean's fate. So this is a big deal. And Mama Jones is like, what the hell's going on here? Well, she's like, well, we can go find Kurtz. He's like, I got him in the back of my cruiser. What are you talking about?
He's right here.
He's been there since last week.
Meanwhile, they're at the hospital. Archie and everybody's waiting because Randy Ronson was getting checked by Dr. Patel, which is, again, not a very exciting name for the show. It should have been something Dr. Boxer Worker on or something. Anyway.
Dr. Curdle Jr.
Right. The whole Ronson family or friends are there or whatever, and his sister finds out they couldn't save him. He's dead. So Mad Dog and Archie get in Ilya's face. You gave him this G stuff, and it's like, I would never do that.
How dare you, sir?
He's like, his blood is on your hands. No, his blood is literally on Archie's hands. It's all over it. Gina Gershon is getting in Kurtz's face. I like that they're still dragging out this Apocalypse Now character.
Yeah.
Okay. He's like, just accept the invite to play, and we'll get this done. So, Jughead's like, yeah, this is the way to do it. Obviously, we have to play the game. I've been down
these
this
gamer
road.
guys don't
He's
fool around.
He's like, I'm level 3. Did we not cover this?
There's really this is no decision. There's no other choice but They have to play the game.
Right. So they get their avatars. FP's going to be Deadeye. She's just like high school, by the way. He was Deadeye in high school. Hellcaster's Jughead. She's going to be the Alchemist. So he starts rolling. FP's rolling 3 12-sided dice there. I don't know what that's all about. She just starts rolling. Nothing was said. Nothing. Just roll some dice.
Yeah.
So one of our last scenes here with Senior Archie. He's talking over the Andrews Island there in the kitchen. He's like, an autopsy will support, you, Archie. You're going to be all right. You're innocent. But I'm not, Dad, which is so Archie. I'm not innocent. I'm so terrible. I must pay for all the terrible things I've done. That's the story of his life. I knew that he was juicing. I'm never stepping foot in the ring again. He didn't even make it the whole episode.
So he's fought 2 matches in his life. He lost one, and the other one, the guy kind of died through no fault of his own, and then he retired.
Right.
It's
all his fault.
It was probably a little bit better than his music career, I suppose. So we'll see what's next.
True.
Or his forest ranger career, which ended abruptly with him.
I will tell you, there's a moment in this that I was super disappointed. Super disappointed. You'll know probably when I get to it. Betty, B and V meet with Daddy Lodge there at the... Gosh, I can't remember the name. What's her place? The Speakeasy? What's it called?
Le Bon Nuit.
Oh, Le Bon Nuit. And Betty's like, hey, my dad's incarcerated. That great guy, my dad killed a bunch of people. Clumpster.
Yeah.
Possibly Chick. He heard about your facility.
Svensson.
And some of the cells even have views of Sweetwater River. He didn't kill Svensson. Tom Keller.
Oh, that's right.
Have you not played running around the Dale?
He just cut his finger off.
Yeah. Yeah, waterfront rooms. That's what we call them.
Yeah, for some reason I love it.
I'm like, what is this place? They're quite peaceful. Well, I didn't understand this. Think of all the publicity you would get if you took in the Black Hood, as a prisoner, gave him a waterfront room.
Mm-hmm.
Just think of all the great publicity.
That money's going to print itself.
So then, in this new world of cell phones and everything, Mad Dog uses a payphone. Calls Archie in the middle of the night. Says, hey, what about them drugs? What'd you do with them? He's like, let's go get them. They go in to the El Royale. Immediately, the police burst in and arrest them, catch them with the drugs. All right, so they reached the first challenge.
This one's easy. It's called Cards on the Table. Inside 2 of these pouches is a white marble. Inside the third is a black one. If you choose the black one, you must reveal your secret. Simple enough.
Call it what you want. We've been playing Secrets and Sins since high school.
Alchemist. Why don't you begin?
First thing I have to do is called Cards on Table. And don't worry about how they play it. Basically, you got to tell the truth. So Gladys has to.
I did notice that it involved pulling marbles out of pouches,
right?
I've played one game at your house,
you
brought out a pouch of marbles. So
that's true. Depending on what color marble, that is pretty crazy. I did not make that connection. Which is kind of weird.
I mean, that's level 3 stuff right there.
We did that before this episode. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
FP's like, psh. It's like, man, we've been playing Secrets and Sins since high school. He knows all about this. Don't come at me with your weak sauce.
FP was in the Midnight Club also.
Right.
I mean, he should be an expert at this game.
Yeah. That's what he was just like in high school. He was a Deadeye. Gladys doesn't have any secrets, she says. And Jay's like, Mom, Jellybean's life is on the line. Like, if you don't say something, I will. Okay, so she admits she's the Fizzle Rocks dealer in Riverdale. Kurtz used to work for her and everything. And
FP is shocked.
He's like, you can tell me more.
He's like, I love FP here because he's so mad, but he can't do anything about it.
He's like, if I get too mad, I won't have you to investigate for me.
Yeah.
He's like, we need to finish this game. But there will be a reckoning. All right, so just Josie's calling her dad to see if he wants to meet up, but he doesn't answer the phone. Which suddenly the dad's back in the picture.
I don't think it was probably season 1.
It was,
we had the
it was season 1
thing, right? Yeah.
So everybody's gearing up for the big wedding. This is Tony telling Betty the inside secrets of the farm, and that they're getting ready for Alice and Edgar's wedding. They're going to adopt Juniper and Dagwood, which is very strange.
I didn't understand that.
Polly is there.
Polly, the mother is there, but they're going to adopt their grandkids?
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
I don't either. So, Veronica pays Archie's and Mad Dog's bail for killing, Randy Ronson, I guess, right? Oh, no, for the drugs. Yeah, the whole thing. Apparently, you just get on bail. Alice is on the TV in Pops interviewing Elio, and she's like, he was indeed taking performance-enhancing drugs provided by his competitor, Archie Andrews. And then Veronica pulls out a Cardi B quote where she was talking about Tommy Lahren from Fox News. She's like, I'm going to dog walk that lion cad. I was like, that's what they filmed this at that time. They was like, here's what you want me to say. Yeah. Very topical. So then she's like, drink up, boys. So Mad Dog and Archie are drinking big Cokes because they got to go pee and take a drug test, which is funny. This is humiliating. So they stand outside of Pops, and she announces that she's pleased to find that the results of the drug tests were negative. And then Ronson's sister comes up, and of course Archie is taking full responsibility for killing this guy, even though he didn't. I wish it were not me that hit him. Then who is the old lady at the school? Her name, I don't remember her name. But she comes in, it must be the school nurse or whoever runs the infirmary.
Head of the infirmary, yeah.
And she says, have you received your meningitis vaccination? Of course, farmies are anti-vax.
Oh, yeah. You saw that coming, yeah.
They don't believe in that. Meanwhile, Betty gets her bobby pin out and breaks into Weatherby's office to get the files on Evelyn. She goes through some of the names. I bet if Jordan was here, he would know who these people were. But you can see Archie Andrews' file. A. Bagoli, Bagoly. I don't know who that is. I know who Abe Vigoda is. Okay, then we have S. Caldwell. B. Dalton. I don't know who that is. I do recognize C. Eastwood. But that's about it. And she finds E. Evernever. Transferred from St. Joseph Prep. Anyway, we cut back to over at the old Cooper house now, the Jones. They have to go to the tavern.
This is my wife pointed this out too again, and this show does this all the time. Like, what time is it supposed to be in the day?
Right.
Because like the whole FP and Jughead thing was happening like in the middle of the night, and they cut to Betty's at school,
right? And
then they cut back. It's still night, and they're going through their thing. It's like there's no sense of time or place on the show at all.
No, I totally agree. Yeah. I was confused by that too because they're at night. Evelyn's in the day at school. Should have took her shot. Betty's at night, friggin' doing something. It's like back and forth. So they got to rob the tavern, which is obviously Pops. I don't know how that's Pops and not the White Worm or someplace like that.
No, the White Worm is
well, there's got to be something better. There has to be a bar, right? Get the map out. So they'll be able to consider this Jelly Bean's ransom. Well, Archie can't stop thinking about Randy. He's so guilty. He lives a life. He's not happy unless he's guilty. I still feel responsible, Veronica. She's like, well, maybe the El Royale can host a boxing event. No, I'm not boxing. Are you crazy?
From here on out, I only sweep the floor.
Yeah. She's like, well, maybe we can host a music benefit at Le Bon Nuit. So Betty's making calls. She calls Gilroy Academy. And she says, she finds out that all these schools, Evelyn was a junior every year. So she tells Tony, and I found out she was talking to Miss Weiss, who, I don't know who that is, but...
She was like the social worker.
Yeah.
They've called her a couple times about the Ricky kid and then something else. I don't know when she first came back. When
the
Chick
Ricky
was
kid, I
or
do remember her
something.
being around for that. And yeah, she's like, "Oh, I'll check into that." And I keep waiting for her to be bad or something.
I said, I was thinking, is she the only other like normal person in this entire town? Because
I guess for now until we find her in white.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Miss Weiss. She says. So they all jump in the truck, the Joneses, and they're over at Pop's, getting ready to go in. Reminds us of the old days. Chuck is like, what are you talking about? You guys used to do this? Shut up, kid. Meanwhile, in Pops is Josie and her dad, and this was my most disappointing moment of the episode. Because her cool guy dad did not have a cool guy hat on. And
that's his whole character.
And it's a new guy. There's no way this is the same guy.
I thought, yeah.
This isn't the same guy that was her dad.
I couldn't remember that.
I don't think so. But he does not have a hat on and never did. And I was very upset.
It would have been awesome.
It would have really
if it would have been old Reggie.
Oh, that would be great.
But with the cool guy hat
with the
on.
cool guy,
And
same
it's
cool guy hat that he had on the first.
Yeah.
That'd be great. She wants to go on tour with him, and he's like, nah. Then the Joneses come in with the craziest masks.
Everybody on the ground right now! Get down!
Like, what kind of masks?
I remember what they were.
They're like lizard people.
Gargoyle?
No, they're not gargoyle. They're like lizard.
They're serpents.
Oh, they're serpents!
Yeah.
I guarantee you're right. They are serpents.
They look like what's that Land of the Lost? Or
Yeah.
Lizard people.
Yeah. So Pop pulls out his shotgun.
Yeah, Pop is not fooling around.
And shoots
man.
FP. Yeah. And I was like, I actually thought he was going to pull Molotov cocktails out like he showed Archie that one time. Like, Pop's as timid as he normally acts.
Pop's mom taught him not to fool around.
You're not going to let him lose this place. You break Mama's heart.
While she's still alive, he will defend that place.
He shoots a couple times. Finally, Jughead has to unmask himself. He's like, please do not shoot him.
The whole thing is full of customers too. Pops just doesn't care. He's just spraying that shotgun everywhere.
They're like, this. First off, this is supposed to be the ransom for Jelly Bean. They sell these crazy drugs. All this. They have to be making money hand over fist. Yeah. How much money could possibly be in Pop's register?
Well, it's the only restaurant. Milkshakes. I don't know.
There's no way there's more than a couple $100 in there. It's ridiculous. So Skeet lays there with his mask still on, shot with a shotgun. Go.
They were kind of playing like surf music too. If you heard in the background, it was like kind of a Pulp Fiction-y. There was like
that'd have been good. Yeah, I should have noticed that. He pulls his mask up. Save Jelly Bean. And then Josie, totally, talking for us, says, "Now do you see why I need to get the hell out of this town?"
That could be another reason why they're forcing Archie back with Veronica, is because Josie's going to be on that new show next year.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when this was happening. I was like, this is. I thought maybe it's just one of those I'm going for the summer things, and then I was like, she even is like, well, I don't know, because you don't know whether that's going to work out, whether she'll be back or not.
Yeah,
but yeah, there is some new show or something she's on. And it's a spinoff? Is she supposed to still be playing Josie?
Yeah, it's a spinoff.
I think
Katie Keene.
Big mistake.
Right.
Yeah.
Big mistake, I think. She'll just be a supporting nothing on there, too. You know, I don't know. It just seems like they never have enough for her to do.
Yeah, and what happens if this show doesn't pan out?
That's why I think she was kind of wishy-washy about it, so she could return. They go back to the Cooper Jones house, and Kurtz is like, and then nowhere to. Jughead walks in immediately, just punches this guy in the face.
No, and here's another thing I don't understand. Like Archie got arrested earlier with the drugs, and then after the robbery, they're like, the cops are coming. Like, isn't FP the cops?
Yeah.
The cops in Riverdale is FP and a bunch of teenagers.
Right.
Are they not? So who are these other cops that are going around arresting people?
The cops that were there had a little different uniforms. They were a little darker brown. They were like Minetta's people or something. But
maybe.
It's the same.
Maybe they were state police. Of what state?
Well, exactly. Yeah. I like it. That's what we're going with.
Yeah.
So Jughead knocks Kurtz out, says, I got a place for this guy. We know, the crypt. So Hal's transfer papers came through. He's like, great. So she's like, but he's like, by the way, Edgar is adopting the twins. He's like, that seems not good. He's like, I know somebody that could help you. She's uniquely motivated. And it is Granny Blossom, now.
Oh, Auntie.
Yeah. She is the grandmother to Dagwood and Juniper.
Correct.
So, you going to help us or not? So,
Auntie, I need your help. Edgar and Ever in the farm have nefarious intentions. I can feel it. He plans to adopt your grandchildren and raise them as his own. Polly, my mom, even Cheryl, they made their decision. But the twins are innocent, helpless. Auntie, you know what it's like to be adopted into a family that only wants to control you.
They go immediately. They're at Sisters of Quiet Mercy, and she comes walking out of the gargoyle sanctum with
Jason Jr.
Yeah, Dagwood, Jason Jr.
Where's Juniper?
She's staying. We get the boy, but Edgar keeps the girl. Those were the only terms that they would accept, despite my threats to come after the farm.
They're twins. You can't separate them. And Edgar isn't even their father.
But Polly is their mother. It was her decision.
No, Auntie.
Betty, it's a miracle I could negotiate the release of one twin. Jason Jr. Don't feel bad. This is a win.
Where's Juniper? Well, we get the boy. Yeah, take what you can get. Somebody comes, so... Oh, wait. You can't separate them, which Betty's, right. She's in the wrong show. This doesn't make any sense. And then we're at the El Royale, and Elio's like, here's $50,000, Archie. He's...
Because he won the fight.
Right. He wants him to basically keep fighting and stuff. He's like, we'll call you the Riverdale Reaper. He'll make all kinds of money. Back at the bunker, Kurtz, the insidious bastard. Gladys is like, we get in the car, we drive up north to somewhere near Toledo. Maybe, I don't know.
I'm assuming, yeah. Mm-hmm.
They were really skipping around here. Then we got back at Le Bon Nuit. Veronica's like, Josie, do you care to make your show a benefit tonight? Of course not, No problem. So then back at the bunker, it's sleepy time's over. Kurtz, wake up. He's like, I got one more quest for you. It's a doozy. Trial with the Cyclops. Well, Gina thinks she knows what that's all about.
I was surprised.
Back at Le Bon Nuit, Josie is singing Amy Winehouse, Back in Black, and her dad with the cool hat didn't show up. Didn't pick up his ticket. The Reaper himself, Archie, meets up with Elio, catches him in the parking lot. He does a Betty and puts his arm up at his neck.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, was Elio's gym, the name of his gym, Boxing Gym. The outside of the building, the sign literally said Boxing Gym.
Right, well, that's a good name. At least you know what it's for.
Yeah.
So he takes the money, decides to take the money because he wants to give it to the Ronsons. They go to what used to be the gargoyle lair and is now a serpent den. Yeah. Out comes Cyclops, Penny Peabody. What happened to her eye?
I don't remember.
What's her name? Gladys.
This is the most ridiculous
because
one.
Penny was in Toledo when Archie and Jug were in Toledo. I remember Penny
Lugnut.
showed up like trying to track him down.
Yeah.
And then I think Gladys captured her.
Back with Lugnut.
Yeah, all those guys.
Whatever the other guy's name was. Tire Iron.
When they had the feast.
That's what it was. Tire Iron and Lugnut. And then we get...
You ever held these before, Jones? Once or twice.
Players, on my mark.
It just goes totally insane. They're going to have a fight with Sais.
Of course.
You ever held these before, Jones? Once or twice. She pulls back and goes into it.
Yeah.
She immediately goes like full Ninja Turtle.
Why would they have...
Why?
Just a random...
Why?
Like, if they just pulled out switchblades, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
Right.
But...
No.
Give it to Riverdale.
And they're
Kick
just
it
laying
up
there.
A notch.
They're just laying there
Yeah.
on a coffee table like there's just a stack of
Yeah.
Sais. There's 4 of them. Here, this is the weapon. Oh my gosh. Meanwhile, it's at the same time that Josie's singing Back in Black. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was a great moment. Stab a sigh into the Southside Serpent sign. Say that 5 times.
It's a two-player game. If you move again, your sister will pay the price. Stop! You just need to defeat her to complete the quest. You did that. Let's go.
I guess you'll be limping home.
So anyway, she's like, Mom! You know, it's over because Gladys is winning. Don't, stop. You just need to beat her. You don't need to kill her. Well, she stabbed her, but doesn't kill her. Meanwhile, back at Le Bon Nuit, cool guy does show up. And claps. He likes what
He gives,
Josie shows.
gives the Edgar Ever Never.
Yeah, the clap that keeps going after everybody else stopped, and I was like, this is uncomfortable. Ms. Weiss shows back up, says she's 20. Evelyn is 26 years old in high school. And
so is everybody else.
The big shocker.
The big shocker that I don't think anybody was suspecting.
Yeah.
She is Edgar Ever Never's wife.
Yes.
That was a surprise. And then there was one. Jughead's the only one left because Gladys got stabbed, a ruptured kidney, and a broken arm.
Yep.
His dad was shot, so it's just him. Just Josie's going to go on the road with her dad, starting in North Carolina. If you want to see her coming up,
Asheville, North Carolina.
I'm guessing that
I've been there many times.
Is that possibly
Nice
where this Katie Keene show is going to be?
I don't know.
I predict now that she meets Katie
interesting.
Keene in Asheville, North Carolina.
Interesting.
Calling
That's a real town, though. So
that's true. Yeah, but it
town.
ain't Riverdale. They're not.
I've been to Asheville. It's nothing anywhere
Pretty
close
crazy.
to Riverdale.
Crazy scene. All the cool guys, cool lads. So, okay. First off, Betty and Tony are at Sisters of Quiet Mercy. They're going in to get Juniper.
Yes.
Okay. Well, their first mistake is when you go on a rescue mission, you take your lead from Veronica and you wear a cool black catsuit. You do not wear a white uni because that ain't going to work.
Yep.
You're going to get busted. They grab the baby. Somebody's coming. They duck into the closet that supposedly nothing was in before. And sure enough, that's where the big meeting is.
They're all waiting on
It was
her.
totally like I'm not going to spoil that movie. It was totally like the end of a couple different movies where, you bust in and there it's obviously everything you thought was really happening.
I was disappointed in Tony.
I was too.
I thought she was like,
This was-
I started thinking maybe she's on Betty's level, or she's like a little bit above everyone else.
Yeah.
She can see through the ridiculousness
Right.
like Betty can, but she got sucked
It's just
in
like
as well.
I keep waiting. Yeah, when is it going to just be Betty? Just gets. Well, she did already kind of do it before, and she got drugged and thought Sisters of White Mercy was great.
Tony, what's happening? According to Edgar, only what was preordained. No. No, not you too. Why? My whole life, I've been searching for a family. The serpents, the pretty poisons. I've never felt such belonging as I do here at the farm.
I don't know. I can only take so much of this, where this kind of stuff where everybody is brainwashed. Anyway, yeah, Tony is just doing what was preordained.
I wrote et tu, Tone.
Yeah, exactly. That was worth writing.
Yeah, I was so proud of that one.
That's why you know. So
I don't think Tony is really brainwashed like the other ones, though.
But none of
I
them
think she
would
just
claim
wants,
they are.
Well, no, I think Tony just wants to be with Cheryl that much.
Yeah,
They just all.
Her reason for being
It's
there.
not like they're brainwashed. They just really are falling for this.
Well, no, but I mean, like Cheryl thinks she talks to Jason, and Alice thinks she's talking to Charles, and all this stuff.
Kevin thinks he's going to meet the cute gay farmer.
Right. Kevin's got cute gay farmies, and yeah, and
but she just wants a family. She likes belonging to something.
Right.
She liked the serpents. She liked the pretty poisons. Now she's got the whole.
Yeah, I get it from that
Right.
perspective. That she's found it.
Mom, you can't marry Edgar. He's already married to Evelyn. You think I don't know that? There are no secrets here at the farm.
So anyway, Betty thinks she's exposing him. He's married to Evelyn. You think I don't know that? Alice says. I'm like, okay. I'm gonna need more information. Why that's cool. She's like, Betty is like, what are you smiling about? What is this all about? Look at Betty's face. It's not good. This is not a good face.
Yeah.
It's like,
I don't understand. Why are you all smiling? What is this about? You, Betty. It's about getting you to this crossroads.
Join us. Everyone you know.
then they kind of point out, don't you realize this is all about you?
Join us.
And that was when it got kind of creepy because they did kind of point out, this is your best friend, your cousin, your mom, your sister, your niece and nephew. It's everybody, you know, that's all about you.
Join us, Betty.
Yeah, join us. Yes, chant it.
To Juniper. Join us.
Join us, Betty. We welcome you.
Yes.
She flashes back to them holding the babies up over the fire.
Yeah. I can never get enough of that shot.
Yeah.
Holding the babies up and then dropping them, and
Right.
they fly away.
So you need to have some sort of float in your yard about that. Yeah, recreate it. She takes off running. She's not biting. She takes off. They all chase her. It's really weird. She goes, runs, and gets in the station wagon. Back at where are we? We're at Steve's Auto Salvage.
Mm-hmm.
I did not.
I did not realize that was Junkyard Steve.
I blew up the sign. There's a sign on
Nice.
the wood door there. They're Junkyard Steve's, and Kurt says that's where he took Jughead blindfolded. And he has the choice of two refrigerators.
We were naive to think anyone else in town would have two
Two
old
refrigerators.
refrigerators. Yeah.
One has a gargoyle in it, and one has a griffin, obviously. So he says, behind one of these is your sister, which is a total lie.
Yeah.
Jughead immediately opens up both doors, and neither has his sister. He's like, what's the twist? Before, it was baby teeth. What's the twist? He's like, get in the ice tomb. That's not a refrigerator. It's a nice tune. Like, and the princess will be freed. It's like, I'm gonna have to talk to her. It's like, she's just hanging out with her pal Ricky, she says. Yeah. So tell Ricky to let her go. It's like, okay, you can go and kill her. Ooh. That's after he's already put the screwdriver down in the hole. And
yeah, he's locked him in it.
And you know what Jughead says? You cheated. He lights a lighter
like a true game master.
He lights a lighter in there like he's buried alive, and he just busts out because it's just a screwdriver. Kurtz is dead or something. He's laying there. And there's the Gargoyle King.
That creepy sound.
Goes home, and how did he get past the gargoyle thing?
It never really. Yeah, he just.
It's just like all of a sudden he was home, and there's Jellybean. Josie's singing in the music room. Archie goes in.
I heard your show was amazing. I'm really sorry I didn't make it back in time.
Ugh, it's okay. You've had a lot going on. Archie, there's something I need to tell you. We've decided to go on tour with my dad.
What? Josie, that's... Wait, when? Like over the summer?
No, like immediately.
You're gonna come back though, right?
Maybe. We'll see. Archie, I've loved our time together. But we're not in game. And that's okay. Your life is here in Riverdale, and mine is somewhere out there. Who knows where? Maybe New York.
Well, I was gonna ask you to prom, but...
You're too cute.
She tells him that she's leaving because they're not in game. See?
That's right. Yeah. He knew that.
It was just a good time.
But he was going to ask her to prom.
Right, true.
You're
so cute.
This whole scene, I was just thinking, not only does no one watching this show really care that Archie and Josie are together, neither the show nor the characters of Archie and Josie even care that they're together. Because they're like, should we probably break up? Yeah, okay, cool. It's like there was nothing emotional invested in
I was thinking about getting back with Veronica anyways.
Yeah. Attorney McCoy cleared everything with the judge. First thing tomorrow, Gladys and JB are hitting the road. He's like, Jughead's like, no, really, Jellybean should stay. And I was going to say, there's no way Jellybean's leaving. Yeah. She's going to be a character on the show for a while. But I could see Gina Gershon wanting to get out right now. Back in the sweat lodge there with Elio and Hiram are talking. The Ram is ripped.
Oh, he is ripped.
He is glistening. How old is this guy?
I don't know. He's looking
built like a brick house. Like he is like. He's like. Anyway, they're talking about the Riverdale Reaper, and they're conspiring against Archie.
It doesn't have the same roll off the tongue that the Red Paladin did. You know.
No. You know what does? Roll off the tongue. The Red Hope.
The Red Hope.
Yeah. Which is the name Veronica gives him as she comes into the El Royale, and he's sweeping the floor because, you know, he doesn't fight anymore.
I talked to Jordan the other day. He said, the only note I had from the latest episode that you need to mention is how terrible Archie is at brooming. At sweeping the floor. He's like, if you watch that scene, he's got like a push broom, but he's standing there like talking to Veronica, and he's just kind of like putting dirt kind of near his feet, and then he gets done and he just sets the broom aside and walks away. It's like, what have you accomplished?
He's not a great boxer either, because at the end of this he just gets gloves, picks them up and holds them, and gets in the ring and stands there. Doesn't put them on, still has a sweatshirt on, he's just like holding boxing gloves. I don't know what that is.
It's like, you know, him sweeping the floor got him to where he like that was That all of his success in owning his own boxing gym is based off his skills at sweeping the floor. And it's just they're not there.
And plunging toilets. He's great at plunging toilets.
And checking closets.
Right. Yeah, Gladys leaves. Veronica has to talk to Betty. She says, we were moving your dad to the waterfront room with the great view, and there was an accident. And we expected him to escape or something. And
I was kind of happy at this point. I was like, the Black Hood's back on the
Richard Kimball loose. Kind of situation.
And we find out that there were no survivors, which we don't believe for a second.
Nah, something's
not in a million years. Hal is out there somewhere, so we'll see.
He's running around Riverdale.
He is definitely running around the Dale. So that's it. We only have one more episode.
Wow.
The season coming up. Pretty excited. I'm going to look up the title of it, see what it is. Okay. So you guys.
Yeah, so, Jared, thanks for filling in here for 3 episodes. Well,
thanks for having me.
Jordan attended the longest comic convention probably in the history of man, over 3 episodes.
He's been in the movie for an hour and a half, so they're about halfway through the end game right now.
I have breaking news. Breaking news. There are not this is not the second to last episode.
Oh no!
I didn't really know. I believed you.
It totally felt like it.
You think you're old now. I'm thinking of triple the screenshots I have to take now. Because there are 3 more episodes.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Buckle in, everybody.
We have, the next episode is prom night.
Oh man.
So, okay, who's going to prom together? Archie's not going with Josie, so he must be going with Veronica.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to end up.
Betty and Jughead.
Assuming, yeah.
Kevin and Fangs.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, they're going to wear those 3D glasses.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Then we have The Dark Secret of Harvest House. Must be a movie title. I've never heard of it. And the final episode does not have a name yet. They're pulling a Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's like Game of Thrones.
Wow. It's episode 69. It's not. But if it were, I'd say nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did you look up Secret of Harvest House?
Like
Secret of Harvest. The Dark Secret of Harvest Home is a movie from 1978. A young couple moves to a quiet New England village only to soon find themselves mixed up in mysterious rituals. Well, that sounds as Riverdale as you can get.
Yeah. Can't wait for that.
It has a high rating, too. Anyway, that's it. So guess what? I will take responsibility. I was wishful thinking I had less screenshots to do. But I'm happy to have more Riverdale. So May is chock full of it.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll have an upcoming review of Avengers Endgame here pretty soon.
Oh, yeah, we will.
So
we will be doing that, and we will be talking about all these movies I'm posting on our Facebook page of the countdown of my top 100 movies of all time. Favorites. I'm not saying they're the best movies that were ever made. They're my favorites that I like to watch over and over. So check that out.
Yeah.
And that's about it. All kinds of content coming.
Pretty exciting.
So look us up there. Ka-Pow, the Pop Culture Podcast on Facebook. The Ka-Pow Podcast on Twitter.
Email us.
Yeah.
I don't remember. No, it's Ka-Pow, the Pop Culture Podcast at gmail.com.
Yeah, we even have a YouTube page now.
Yeah, we do.
We did a really crappy video.
It's not my fault.
Of us playing Run Around Riverdale, but we do, if we do it in the future, we've learned something from the first video. We've learned a lot just in one video. That's how everybody does it.
That's right.
So we hope that the next thing is maybe of a little higher quality, and we'll post that when we come up with
3
something
years.
else
It's
to
going to
do.
be great.
Oh man,
flawless.
It'll be great. All right, sign us out, Cliff.
All right, my name is Cliff Barnes.
I'm Jared.
I'm Seth. Bye forever.
Ka-Pow, the pop culture podcast, is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Sounds, music, and clips played during the podcast are property of copyright holders. All original content is property of www.udownwithkpp.com.
The Dale.